Night shift. Again. 4th floor. West wing. Arkham State Hospital. Me, Aiden Crowe. 23, or maybe already 24. Who even counts anymore in a place like this? I grew up in Innsmouth. Yeah, that Innsmouth. The decaying coastal town where the sea never quite stops whispering. My grandfather was a fisherman. Vanished in '92. Boat found empty weeks later. Only strange carvings on the hull. Swirling lines. Not waves, not fish. Something older. Grandma always said he went back to the deep. She'd shut down if I pressed for more. As a kid, I'd dream of black water rising, pulling the under. Voices calling a name that wasn't mine. I told myself it was just grief, trauma, normal kid stuff. Moved to Arkham for college. Dropped out after 1 semester. The dreams got worse. Shapes in the fog. Angles that bent the wrong way. Ended up here, orderly, handing out pills to the broken, while pretending the cracks in my own head aren't widening. Lately, those dreams are back. Whispers in the vents. Sound like Grandpa's voice. Or maybe it's just the lorazepam I sneak to get any sleep at all. Yeah, sure. Just the meds. I start with 408. Professor Edward Hale, former Miskatonic astronomer, used to lecture about stars. Now he sits, perfectly straight, eyes like holes that swallowed every photon that ever touched them. He barely speaks anymore, just murmurs sometimes, about seconds slipping, his pulse drifting behind the universe, by fractions too small to measure. Doctors call it time perception disorder. I call it the beginning of something that doesn't forgive being named. When the lamp above his bed flickers, it matches his breathing. 1 beat off, then back in sync, as if the light is learning his rhythm. Next, 411. Lillian Gray, skin like tracing paper, always checking her own pulse, like she expects it to quit mid-beat. She's convinced she died years ago. The body just forgot to lie down. Lately, her neck, her collarbones, look wrong. Too smooth, no pores, no faint veins. No texture at all, like someone erased the details with a very steady hand. Doctors blame steroids, atrophy, side effects. But when she turns toward the window, her shadow lingers, half a second after she moves, just long enough to notice, just long enough to make me wonder if mine does the same. 417. Ronald Webb. Big, hunched, geologist. Carries a protractor like it's a crucifix. Measures corners in the room. And weeps when they refuse to be 90 degrees. Always off. 89.999. Every single time. He says space is lying. That it's already been rewritten. And lately, my own shadow in the hallway hesitates. Not much. A fraction of a second. But enough. 420. John Doe number 7. Found in some drowned church up the coast. Sits motionless. Drinks water. Endless water. Never uses the bathroom. Where it goes, no one asks anymore. The air in his room always tastes of salt, deep cold. His lips stay wet, crusted with white film like sea foam. And sometimes the water in his cup turns in slow circles, even when he doesn't touch the glass. 423. Evelyn Morrow. Small, fidgety, ex-librarian, fingers never still, sorting, stacking, arranging invisible orders. Books in her room open themselves, one page at a time, in perfect rhythm. Even upside down, the text reads clearly. Doctors call it compulsion mixed with agnosia. I just leave faster. 426. Carl Henderson. Old biker. Tattoos fading, like they're being pulled back under the skin. Talks about threads, about waiting for the twitch that tightens the web. On his arms, his neck, faint rash, tiny points, arranged too neatly. At night those points shift, millimeter by millimeter, like something underneath is adjusting the tension. 429. Abner Cole. Age unknown. Looks ancient and somehow outside time. When he stares too long, all other sounds fade. Only his breathing remains, and mine. And something underneath that isn't breathing at all. Just a rhythm, low, without melody. Like flutes, played by fingers that never learned music. They're all watching now, not the cameras. Me. Through the lenses, through the walls, through whatever thin layer still separates my skull from whatever waits on the other side. My wrist. That thin red line that comes every night and fades by morning. Tonight, it didn't fade. It lengthened, turned at an angle no ruler would accept. And for 1 second, when I blinked, the line wasn't on my skin. It hung in the air in front of my hand, as if drawn through me instead of on me. Lights flicker, not randomly, in rhythm, the same rhythm I heard under Abner's bed, the same one the lamp in 408 learned from the professor's pulse. Total darkness for less than a second. Then outlines returned first, silhouettes at every door, right hands raised, palms flat against the glass. No fingerprints, just faint ripples like touching water from the wrong side. My own hand is up too, pressed to the office door. I don't remember lifting it. The line on my wrist isn't red anymore, black, and it doesn't stop at the edge of my skin. It continues somewhere inside. Well played, very subtle, almost elegant. The door behind me clicks, not closing, opening. I don't turn around. I just start walking down the corridor, because the thread is already pulled, and whatever pulls back, it isn't asking for my permission anymore.